So anytime I'm sharpening an axe, I just use one of these puck stones. This is a Gramforce Brook. It's a wet stone. This is a 180/600 grit, and for my needs, that's plenty. This is a Halt 4's axe. It's a carpentry axe, but I pretty much use it for everything. Now to keep this from rusting, instead of using tool oil, I just use cooking spray. It lasts a really long time, like a canola oil cooking spray. It lasts a really long time, and it gets into all these imperfections and the crevices and keeps any rust from setting in, especially these stamp marks. But yeah, so you can see here, I've got some, this is kind of rounded. I rocked it out, but instead of shaving this down, like just to get that blade, I just don't want to ruin the profile. So I'll just keep working this down over time. It'll eventually sort itself out. I'm not overly concerned. But that's what happens when you use it in the bush. I think I was up there, I don't know, chopping branches or doing something. But yeah, so because it's a whetstone, I always keep it in a little container of water. For this, you want to make sure that you're using your, obviously, the right side, the 600 side. The 180 side is more for, like, if you wanted to remove this, you'd use the 180 side to dig deep. But like I say, I don't want to ruin this profile, like, by notching this down. So I'll just leave it as is. It'll eventually catch up with the sharpening. So with this stone, the biggest thing you want to do is, you can kind of see right now that there's a shadow there if you look close. But if you hold it right there, it removes the shadow all the way along. So that's where you want the stone to sit. You don't want any shadow. You want it completely flush. And then you're just going to make little circles. Okay? This is going to create like a 1mm bevel. And you can count. So like, let's say this is the 4th pass. And this is the 5th pass, right? It's just so you're matching sides. I don't always do it. A lot of times I'll look straight down and I can kind of see where the bevel's going. But you can see this definitive line. So that's what you're trying to create. And this is a Scandinavian grind, which means it's both beveled on both sides. You can see that this side is the favored grind because I've just been sharpening it. So this bevel here is one side of the Scandi grind. Then on the other side, you do the same thing. You create that nice little bevel on both sides and the points come like that. That's a Scandinavian grind. So the reason why I use this grind versus say like a single bevel, or it's because it holds its edge the longest. So I don't want to be sharpening this every time I cut something, or say if I go and cut some deadfall, it's super hard. A single bevel will dull really fast. It'll be razor sharp. I mean, I can get this even Scandinavian grind, I can get it to the point where I can shave my hand hair. So it's not really necessary. And I really like to spend time doing this after every use. So I'll use it, maybe I use it for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, and then I'll clean it all up with mineral spirits, get all the pine pitch and stuff off, and then I'll just give it a quick, because if you do it every time, and this is pine pitch actually, but if you do it every time, it's just going to make your life easier. Most people will use axes, for a month and not do anything, and they'll just be dull. So that's when you'd pull out the 180 grit, when you really need to apply that profile back. But I only really ever use this 180 grit if there's something heavy I can't get off of here. Then I'll just put this on here and just clean it up, because it'll take it right off. That's why there's pine pitch on it probably. I was probably up in the bush, and I needed to get it clean to put it back in its sheath. But yeah, so if you're ever using oils, the reason why I said to use cooking oil or olive oil or canola oil is because if you just had your axe and you needed to cut something food-wise, so say if you're campfire cooking, you forgot your knife, then you don't have to take the tool oil off of this in order to use it for that cutting tool. Because this is not only, like, you can hold this as a shaving tool, cutting tool. That's why I like the versatility of these axes. I like the big square face. So, but yeah. So you just want to keep getting this wet. I always just leave it in here, like when I'm doing this. I don't worry too much about it. Leave it in here. Get rid of that. Okay? And one hand's going to be dominant. So you're always going to have, like, my left hand's not my dominant hand. So maybe you'll fight with that one a little bit more. But yeah. So you see that profile. You just want to keep working it. It doesn't need to be perfect your first few times. It'll still be sharper than if you didn't do anything, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But as you can see, you remove that shadow from the stone and the blade, and it gives you that perfectly good edge. You can see it. And as you can hear, very sharp. And that's really all you need to do. There's no secret, and it's just practice. I wouldn't worry about it. Like I say, the first 5-6 times it's probably going to feel awkward, especially in your offhand. But once you get the hang of it, you know, then you could be in the field. Worst case scenario, you had to drop this in a creek or some standing water. I mean, it just depends on where you are and what you have around you. But yeah, I typically try to do this every single time I use it. That way, when I go to get it, if I need it, I just grab it, pull off the sheath, and it's ready to go. Because it'd be annoying if you were just about to do something and your tools were always dull. So if you just get into that habit, especially if you've got an expensive axe like this, you want to just take care of it so it lasts a long time. An axe like this you can probably get 10 to 15 years out of. Obviously you'll be replacing handles, but as far as these heads, I mean, they're hand forged in Sweden, and yeah, they're designed to last for a long time.